I thought I ought to sit down and do a little kind of a background video about what I'm doing with this channel and why, where I come from, and where I hope to be going. Uh, I'm 53 years old. Back in the day, I played in. I'm a recovering guitar player. Let me get that out of the way right now. I played guitar in punk rock and metal bands, and I played bass in a band, metal band, and that was a long time ago, back in the early to late 90s, early 2000s. And then, had kids to raise and a couple of wives along the way, with trying to make a living and work and all that stuff going on. I didn't really have a lot of time for music. I always had a little amp out in the garage I'd plug in once in a while. At various times I'd be more into it. But it wasn't until, I don't know, 15 years ago or so I started getting a little more serious about playing guitar. And at that time I was also into forging blades in the backyard. And had a little accident. I ended up stabbing myself through the hand. A little blade I was working on went through here under my palm and actually came out here and poked into that finger a little bit. And so as a result, this side of my pinky is numb, and I can't do this anymore with this finger. And so that really changed everything. I was disgusted for a long time. I wouldn't even look at my guitars. I just put them away and figured I'll never. I wasn't a great player to begin with, so with that happening, I just screw it. But then after a while, I kind of got over it, and I really missed playing. So I pick it up, and I kind of had to learn to play chords differently. I used to bar a couple of strings like this a lot, and that's actually a crappy way to play. I had to learn to play chords the right way using two fingers, and I kind of started to figure it out after a while, and that was encouraging. But I was with somebody that wasn't very encouraging about playing music or going out with, let alone to band practice or anything like that. That was frowned upon. But things are different now. I'm actually with a girl that I know from back in the day. That's how we knew each other, as the music scene, and she was and is friends with a lot of bands around town, and she kind of got me interested in getting back into it and getting back in the scene, and I've always been a fan of the bass. I really enjoy playing bass, and I decided to just go for bass now and really concentrate on it and try to get good at it. So if you're watching my videos, you'll know I'm not a great bass player, but I'm working on it, and I don't have the coolest equipment or the greatest production, but I'm working on that too, and these videos are for guys like me out there, or gals, that if you got gas, like I have gas, that's gear acquisition syndrome, you get interested in a piece of gear and start looking at everything you can find out about it, looking at all the videos. I know for certain things, especially with my budget, I can't really afford to go out and buy the really cool stuff that I'd like to get. So a lot of times I get stuff off of Reverb or Marketplace that's used. Sometimes it works out pretty great. Sometimes it doesn't work out so great at all. But if you're looking for, say, an old Hartke A100 amplifier, or you're interested in one, and you go to look for them on the internet, and if you do find videos on YouTube, a lot of them are pretty old, pretty bad production. So I'm just trying to put more information out there and learn along the way myself. And I always was a fan of recording. I found that that was the best way for me to learn and write songs, was to sit down and just, even if I just come up with a cool riff and hit record. I'm from back in the old Tascam 4-track days. And I'll tell you what, I love doing that stuff, man. I had a set up out in the barn at my great-grandmother's house where me and my buddies would practice, and we had drums and everything set up out there, and I had a Tascam 4-track, and I'd go to the thrift store and find some decent, Pioneer speakers. Those were my monitors, little 6-inch stereo speakers for monitors, and I had some headphones. I never had any of the really fancy cool stuff. But, man, I'd sit out there in that barn and record things, and I could start arranging things and learning to bounce tracks. And I got really into micing my buddy's drum set, and I always was into, like, the mic placement and that kind of thing. I actually, when I first got out of the Navy, I tried to go to college, City College, for a little while, and I took a semester of recording studio techniques, so I learned a few things there. But like I say, I'm no expert at any of this stuff, and it's all new to me. Everything's digital, and trying to figure out how to use a digital interface and get it going with a DAW. I hate that DAW, a DAW, digital audio workstation. So I'm figuring it out along the way, and I hope you come along for the ride and enjoy the videos for what they are. And let's hope that this is the ground floor of this channel. I just launched it last night, so let's hope that along the way things develop and turn into something cool. All right, keep practicing, never give up, and you will get better. So will I. Take care. Like and subscribe, please. It helps out. That's the only way that this is going to grow. All right.